I've been trying to make sense of your abrupt demise, and I thought maybe talking it out loud would help me sort through my emotions. There's a lot of them. Trying to piece together the man I knew and the man I learned about. So I posed this question to myself to try and begin my healing journey. One of the first things I wrote was "I love you," but I didn't want to be one of those people that ignores the bad and only focuses on the good. So I pushed myself to dig deeper, to express everything and not hold back. This is my journey through the emotions for the man I barely knew, but love anyway.
He used me, manipulated me, laughed at me, and discarded me. Chose other people over me, believed their words over mine, let people bully, berate, and judge my growing being. You left me feeling alone, like a burden, unwanted, and unloved. I saw you every day, but you're a stranger. You taught me to fear change, possibility, hoping for something more and dreaming for something better. You gassed me up with false promises and unkept times to spend together. Forever whispers of, "I have a plan." What was your plan? To leave me here, in this cold, empty home, with the people that made both our lives a living hell, and still torture me? I was there for you. I took care of you when you were sick throughout the years, all the way to the end. I tried to encourage you, explain to you that you deserved more, to be happy, but you pushed me away. It shut me out. And the worst part, you gave me the bare minimum. Even admitted it out loud, right in front of me. You tried to stop me from growing into myself because it wasn't who you wanted me to be. I'm strong-willed and opinionated, so I challenged you. You challenged right back with violence and insults to my intelligence, to my weight, and anything else that surged to mind without any consequences, the effect it would have. Then buy fast food as an apology instead of just saying the words. You contributed to my trust issues. I don't trust anyone. I take after you in that way. I don't open up to people, and I isolate. The same way you would fight random strangers over the smallest of things. I let people go out of fear or any resemblance of a sign that they might betray me in the future. I've spent so many years of my life numb inside, being suicidal but too afraid to do anything about it. Letting my A1C rise without a care, hoping it killed me. But you didn't care. You were just concerned with yourself. You were consumed with yourself, blaming others for issues you caused in yourself, and then getting mad at a kid for not knowing how to best handle a situation. You were my parents, and yet I was doing the parenting. I grew up so fast, I don't even remember being a kid. Not that I think much about my past, other than it being so filled with trauma that my brain purposely blocks it out. My brain also constantly had to think about what could possibly go wrong in the future. What might happen. I subconsciously learned to read the moods, read the room, constantly trying to prepare. But it wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. All I wanted to do was make you proud. But no matter how big or small the accomplishment, you just didn't care. Not even when I got into college. Not once did you ask. You get mad if I brought it up. Speaking of never brought up, after your passing, I learned from your nieces that the family didn't even know about me until I was 7 years old and they met me. The whole side of myself, I never knew. You were one of my first bullies. You belittled me, and you hurt my heart. You got mad when I cried, told me, mocked me about how sensitive I was. I was a child. But then there's the man I learned about. The jokester who loved to pull pranks. The foodie who loved spicy foods and had a bottomless stomach. And worked hard to get to the United States because you got into UCLA, only to get denied by the immigration office. But still determined, you found your way to California, to New York City, where I found some photos of Remax that eventually led you somehow to meet my mom, your wife. You had dreams and aspirations, trying to start a business and other endeavors that didn't quite pan out. Unfortunately, this caused you to turn to alcohol. Now that will really disrupt your life, taking you further off course. Probably felt alone and see of supposed friends who were mainly around just to party. Far from home and too proud to ask for help, you weathered the storm. One. With 2 children, you decided to do the responsible thing and work jobs you hate to make sure we had food on our table and smiles of fleeting on our faces. Over the years, here and there, you would reveal little clues, humps, and details of who you once were. Through these pieces, I put together a few things, like a strained relationship with your father because of wanting to do more and feeling as though you weren't in him. You repeated the patterns of the past while your wife, your son, and by puberty, along with the contrast of the life you were living with the life you envisioned for yourself. Probably weren't helping. Never checking in on your mental health. Just trying to provide the best life you could. Working endlessly. Holidays, birthdays, important events. All so you can afford to buy us the latest gadgets and make sure the bills were paid. You whipped yourself sick and couldn't work anymore. Dialysis appointments, doctor visits, and uncontrolled hell awaited you. Doctors are screwed you. But a doctor is what you wanted to be, so you trusted them over anyone else. In the end, they killed you. The guy I remember was angry, hurt by the world, and isolated. And reclusive. But also funny, a decent cook, hardworking. According to you, a decent soccer player. Any kind soul. I learned through your nieces that you love to dance. And now I understand why I get random urges to break out and dance. It's the little things like that that help me see you and Nate, and me and you. I have your smile, your eyes, your intelligence, some of your athletic abilities, your love for spicy foods, your interest in cooking, your ambition, and some of your bravery and boldness. I definitely have your I don't give an F attitude. I'll also have on your heart. It seems like you didn't want people to see you. But I did. I wish I got to see more of the best attributes over years. And I wish you could have known how I see you as a whole. I love you. I have so many questions. I had you my whole life. I'm pissed we can never talk about where we went wrong. But I am glad that we reconnected before you passed. Those small moments were set up by God to be great memories. And they will forever warm my heart. For better or worse. And bring me laughter and gloomy times. I miss you. And I wonder if you can now see my whole life. The trials and tribulations are good, scary, fearful, the sad, the heartbreaking, and the angry, private, and any other moments. Do you see my lies that I tried to sell as truths? Do you understand me more or less? Are you proud or disappointed in who I am today? I mean, surely I'm better than I am. I'm just kidding. No. But if it's true, don't respond. Don't wait. I feel like we never saw me until the end. And I wish we could have gotten to talk more. You were shut off in your head. You were dark and in darkness. You had a darkness and you had darkness and dark tides, and hardly let anyone in. You were a bright light, a lifeline. You were my father, and you died when we were beginning. You used to carry me in your arms or on your back, no matter how tired you were, and ask us to step on your back to relieving pain, because you carried a lot. You seemed old, brave, and beautiful. You were a great foe. I mean that. When I take a step out of myself and into your shoes, I get where you're coming from. For some things. What I learned about you after your passion helped me understand the parts you hear, but you never spoke aloud. Wish you were still here, Mom. We know they can be different, but we were in it together. We were supposed to be in it together. I still feel you around me, and I see you in strangers. I know you're protecting them out, and I intend so.
I know that in order to truly begin my lifelong healing journey with the heaviness in my heart, specifically when it comes to you, I have to forgive you. And forgive myself. Though there is still so much unsaid and still things I need to work through, I want you to know I forgive you. And I hope you can forgive me too. I love you, Dad.